Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, WAEMID IV, coming at you with another random, completely out of context tutorial on how to do something none of you are ever going to do. I'm going to be turning this fan into sort of a Black Ops themed fan with the orange and black. So after I got done painting the Yeep, I had about half a can of spray paint left, and I was thinking of other things I could spray paint with that extra spray paint. And so this fan came to mind. I've had this fan for a long time. I've spray painted the blades and the motor housing black, which makes it look pretty cool. There we go. It's a bit, you know, it stands out, especially compared to the base model, which is just plain white. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I think the black definitely makes it stand out. So I'm going to be painting the blade arms orange, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It's pretty. All you're going to need for this job is a Phillips and flathead screwdriver, and obviously spray paint of your choice, and probably some newspapers too, but these are the only tools you'll be needing. First thing to do, since we're working with electricity, is turn off the power. You can just turn off the switch in this case. We don't need to go to the breaker panel for this. We're not working with the innards of the fan. So take off the glass dome and the light bulb. Next, we're going to remove all of the blades. After you've got all the blades off, we're going to detach the blades from the blade arms by taking out these 3 screws on all of the blades. Once you've got all the blades detached from the blade arms, make sure not to lose these screws on the carpet that blends in with them. And we're going to take all 6 of these things outside. Once we're outside, find a spot where you're nowhere near anything that's going to be ruined if you get paint on it, because it's a bit windy outside today, and there's going to be a bit of overspray. So I've picked a spot where it won't matter where the overspray goes. We're going to lay out some newspapers on this log here and plant our blade arms along the newspaper. I can only fit 4 on here comfortably, so I'm going to try being all tactical about it. There we go. Look at that. Just want to make sure they're not touching each other. Put some newspapers under them and start shaking up the spray paint. So after about 4 days of shaking up the spray paint can, we're totally ready to start painting. Just like you'd spray paint anything, stay a bit back from whatever you're painting. It's a good idea to wear one of those face mask things so you don't breathe this stuff in. Safety glasses are also pretty cool, but just go over it. Just go over them all in light strokes, back and forth. Make sure you get them at all different angles, and don't mistake the spray paint can for mosquito repellent. It's probably a good idea to clean these before you start spray painting them, but I don't really care. The fan looks like garbage anyway. Make sure not to paint them too much because you don't want drips and runs. And after your first coat, just kind of note some spots that you'll have to hit again. Inside these screw holes is going to be a bit hard, but we don't have to get inside them, just around them. And take it nice and slow. Paint's going to take a while to dry. So I've got probably about 1/3 of a can of spray paint left. These look pretty good. I'm just going to let them sit here for a while. We don't need to paint the backside because the backside will be facing up towards the ceiling, so you'll never see it. So I'm going to just let these sit here and dry, and hopefully they'll be good. So after about 20 minutes, might take longer or shorter depending on the kind of paint you use and what kind of surface you're painting. But a quick touch to these, and they're dry. So as I said, there's no need to paint this side because, well, half of it's going to be covered by the blade anyway, and the other half is going to be facing towards the ceiling. So once you're satisfied with the amount of paint you got on it, we can go ahead and take these back inside and install them. I'm sure we all know the drill. Pick a fan blade, pick a bracket. They mount on just like that, and I can already tell that looks awesome. After tightening each bolt with the Phillips screwdriver, I like to go back to it with the flathead screwdriver because these screws are designed to fit both a flathead and a Phillips. The flathead lets you get a bit more leverage and tighten it just like a quarter turn more so it stays snug. And with the Phillips screwdriver, it tends to strip the screw because they're cheap metal. But after you've got all those tight, we're ready to put them back on the fan. So line up a screw with one of the holes and then go around tightening each screw, putting the fan blades on. Once the last blade has been firmly reattached, we can screw in the light bulb and put on the cover. And just like that, it's a brand new fan. Now just like the Yeep, it wasn't meant to be a professional paint job, but it actually turned out looking pretty nice. I did consider painting the motor housing, but that would have involved taking down the entire fan, and there were a ton of things I'd have to cover up with tape, such as all these little notches right here, so the insides of those would still be white. And I just didn't think it would turn out very well if I painted the rest of that orange. But that honestly looks pretty cool right there. Anyway, thanks for checking out this completely pointless tutorial.